Welcome back to The Fame, your ultimate destination for the latest and greatest Duggar family news. And today, we've got 5 huge updates that you won't want to miss. First up, Jana Duggar Forsyth and husband Austin are making waves with a surprising move. They're officially packing up and trading their Arkansas roots for the sunny shores of California. Yes, that's right. The Forsyth family is headed west, and we've got all the exciting details. Next, newlywed Jana Duggar is stepping into a brand new chapter filled with fall festivals, cozy campfires, and sweet family memories. Jana is sharing her first trip with the Wissmanns, giving fans a charming look into her life as Mrs. Wissmann. Grab your hot cocoa and come along for this wholesome Iowa getaway. And speaking of Jana Duggar and Steven Wissmann, the newlyweds just made their first big public appearance since their dreamy wedding, and Steven introduced Jana as his wife in the sweetest, most heartwarming way possible at the Old Threshers event. You won't believe the adorable moment fans can't stop talking about. But it's not all sunshine. Jana Duggar just dropped a subtle yet powerful comment that fans are convinced is throwing serious shade at her mom, Michelle Duggar. Joy's candid remarks about family size have stirred major controversy. So how many kids does she actually want? And why are fans buzzing about it being a direct dig at her parents? We've got the scoop. Finally, brace yourselves for some shocking news from behind bars involving Josh Duggar. Once the family's golden boy, Josh's life in prison just took a dramatic turn for the worse. Reports suggest he's no longer experiencing the comfortable treatment he's become used to. So what did he do to spark this harsh new punishment, and how is the prison responding? We're breaking it all down right now on The Fame. Today, we've got some big Duggar family news to share. Jana Duggar Forsyth and her husband Austin have just sold their Arkansas home. And yes, it looks like they're officially saying goodbye to the natural state and hello to sunny California. Since stepping away from vlogging and YouTube, Counting On alum Jana Duggar has been focusing on her mental health and spending more time with her husband Austin Forsyth and their kids. And from the looks of it, she's been thriving. Earlier this year, Jana made headlines when she and her family visited sister Duggar and brother-in-law Jeremy in Los Angeles. Fans quickly began speculating whether the visit was more than just a vacation. And now it looks like those suspicions were right. According to new reports, Jana and Austin officially sold their Arkansas home for $381,000 on March 18, 2025. The sale confirms that the couple is moving on, literally and emotionally, from their life in Arkansas. Let's talk about the home they left behind. Originally listed for $369,000, back in August 2024, the property was temporarily pulled off the market before being relisted in November, and now it's finally sold. The cozy and renovated house boasted 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and sat on nearly 1 acre of land with stunning views of Kessler Mountain Regional Park. Talk about peaceful living. The listing described it as a charming home with walking and biking trails right outside the door. Inside, the home featured a large stone fireplace and modern upgrades, thanks to the Forsyths' hard work over the years. Fans of Jana's Instagram might recognize the home from various life updates she shared over the years, including sweet family moments and renovation projects. But with that chapter closed, what's next for Jana? From what we've seen, California life suits her well. Jana has been soaking up the West Coast vibes with early morning jogs, triathlon training, and even preparing to get back on a bike as part of her new fitness journey. Her recent photos show a clear transformation, both physically and emotionally. Fans have praised her for her impressive weight loss and glowing energy. And that's not all. Jana has also joined her sister Duggar and Jeremy in a new podcast project. The sisters recently opened up about leaving behind Bill Gothard's controversial teachings, with Jana revealing that she and Austin stopped following those beliefs after getting married. She even credited Duggar's eye-opening book for helping her explore deeper questions about her faith. It's clear that the move to California has brought a new chapter of clarity and joy for Jana. From family bonding with Duggar to launching new projects, she's redefining what it means to be a Duggar on her own terms. So what do you think about Jana and Austin's big move? Are you surprised they sold their Arkansas home? Or do you think California is exactly where they belong? Next, Jana Duggar is trading in her life on the farm for fall festivals, family music nights, and cozy campfires. And we're here for every sweet moment. The eldest Duggar daughter is giving fans an inside look at her very first trip with her new in-laws, and it's a wholesome glimpse into her life as a newlywed. So grab your hot cocoa and get ready to join Jana and Steven for their charming Iowa getaway. Jana Duggar, who officially tied the knot with Steven Wissmann in August 2024, is still glowing from the honeymoon phase. And in her latest vlog, she took fans behind the scenes of a cozy, music-filled trip to Iowa last fall. In her March 19th YouTube upload, titled Camping in Iowa Plus Family Festival Fun, Jana showed off the brown-accented trailer Steven bought for the trip, sweetly calling it kinda cute. She gave viewers a full tour of their home on wheels and said with a smile, "Everything seems to be working, setting the tone for a wholesome adventure ahead." Jana and Steven made their way to Mount Pleasant, Iowa, for the famous Old Threshers reunion, an annual fall festival packed with music, vintage farm equipment, and plenty of comfort food. Steven and his brothers performed live at the event, and to make the trip even more special, some of Jana's own family members surprised her by tagging along. It was a beautiful blend of Duggar and Wissmann family love. After enjoying performances and exploring the fairgrounds, Jana and Steven settled in by their trailer for a cozy night under the stars, complete with pickles, old-fashioned tractor fireworks, and a peaceful campfire. But the musical fun didn't stop there. The following day, the entire Wissmann family, including Jana herself, hit the stage for an acoustic performance. Steven also took the spotlight once again for a solo set. Holding hands with his wife, he joked, "My favorite part of Old Threshers is the food," and shared that they made the decision to attend the festival just 2 weeks after their wedding. Though it was their first official trip as husband and wife, this wasn't the first major update Jana has shared about her post-wedding life. Back in October, just weeks after saying "I do," she revealed that she and Steven had relocated to Nebraska, marking a huge shift from her rural Arkansas roots. Reflecting on the transition, Jana admitted, "I know my life is about to change in many ways, moving more to the city life. I am so excited for what lays ahead, but I am also sure that I'll have moments when I miss the farm." It's clear that Jana is embracing this new chapter with open arms, and fans are loving every glimpse she shares, from festival fun to family sing-alongs. Whether she's exploring her new life in Nebraska or joining her in-laws for a camping trip in Iowa, Jana's journey as a newlywed is filled with warmth, love, and plenty of sweet family time. Then, the newlyweds are glowing, the crowds are cheering, and Steven Wissmann has just proudly introduced Jana Duggar as his wife, and in the most public, heartwarming way possible. 2 weeks after tying the knot, the couple made their first big appearance together, and fans are loving every second of it. Welcome back to The Fame, where we dive into the latest Duggar family updates. Today, we're covering Steven Wissmann proudly calling Jana his wife, in front of a live crowd at Old Threshers, and the sweet, full-circle moment that followed. Jana Duggar Wissmann and Steven Wissmann are clearly basking in that newlywed bliss. The couple attended Old Threshers in Mount Pleasant, Iowa, a nostalgic family event filled with old-fashioned charm, from steam-powered tractors to historic homesteads, and it was also Jana's first adventure with the Wissmann family as an official member. But what really turned heads was the moment Steven stepped on stage and proudly introduced his bride to the crowd. Holding the microphone, he smiled and said, "Well, I'm Steven, and my wife can tell you that my favorite part of Old Threshers is the food. This is my wife, Jana." He emphasized the phrase, "my wife," not once, not twice, but 3 times. Clearly enjoying this new chapter of life, he added, "This is her first year here. We got married 2.5 weeks ago." Jana looked radiant as she joined her husband on stage, and fans couldn't help but swoon at the sweet moment. On her own YouTube channel, Jana shared highlights of the day, capturing Steven and his brothers performing music, the energy of the festival, and a touching scene where Steven invited her brother Jeremiah Duggar to join them on stage. It was a true blending of families. Fans have long called Jana the Cinderella Duggar, the eldest daughter of Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, who chose a different path. Unlike many of her younger siblings, Jana waited until 34 to get married, skipping the rushed courtships and whirlwind engagements that were so common in the family. Engagement rumors began swirling in July 2024 when fans spotted a diamond ring on Jana's finger during a vacation with her twin brother John David and his wife Abby. The buzz intensified when Steven Wissmann, her known past flame, was seen in the mix. The two officially tied the knot on August 15, 2024, in a ceremony held in Prairie Grove, Arkansas, surrounded by 500 guests. While their romance had fizzled years ago, it clearly never truly died. As Jana told People, it was Steven's character and persistence that won her heart in the end. She shared, "His coming back, still loving me no matter what. I know we have a big crazy family, and still putting up with a lot of things. I'm like, my goodness, there are not too many people that do that. He must really care about me." From quiet courtship to a glowing public debut, Steven and Jana's love story is one of patience, faith, and second chances. And with their big family behind them, and their fans cheering them on, it looks like their happily ever after is just beginning. What do you think of Steven's sweet introduction? Are you surprised by how quickly things have moved since Jana returned to the spotlight? Next, Jana Duggar may have just thrown some serious shade at her mom, Michelle Duggar, and fans are here for it. While doing a simple Q&A on Instagram, Joy's subtle comment about family size quickly turned into a topic of controversy and sparked major buzz among Duggar watchers. So how many kids does Jana actually want? And why are fans convinced her answer was a dig at her parents? Let's break it all down, right here on The Fame. Earlier this week, Jana Duggar took to her Instagram stories to answer questions from curious fans. And as always, someone had to ask the big one. Any desire to have 19 kids? Now, if you've followed the Duggar for any amount of time, you know exactly why that number matters. Joy's parents, Michelle and Jim Bob Duggar, rose to fame thanks to TLC's 19 Kids and Counting, a show that spotlighted their massive, ultra-conservative family. So, when Joy answered the question, fans were all ears. She replied, "No, not 19. And then followed it up with this thoughtful explanation. "I want to be able to effectively and intentionally raise my kids for Jesus. So whatever number that is for us. Maybe 4 or 5. Short, sweet, and apparently a little shady." Over on Reddit, fans immediately picked up on the deeper meaning behind Joy's answer. Some called it a slam against Meech, which, if you're unfamiliar, is a nickname the Duggar kids reportedly use for Michelle. One Redditor wrote, "Since Joy is close to Jinger, I think she's following in her footsteps of breaking away from the cult of Duggar." Another said, "Joy better throw that shade at Jim Bob and Michelle." And someone else added, "They're slowly realizing that they weren't raised right." Another user summed it up powerfully. She just said it without directly saying it, that her parents were not there for her. Many fans interpreted Joy's desire for a smaller family as a hopeful sign. One commenter shared, "I hope this means a better quality of life and care for her children. There's still so much work to be done, but I'm glad they aren't aiming for 19 for the children's sake." Currently, Jana and her husband, Austin Forsyth, are parents to 3 children: 7-year-old Gideon, 5-year-old Evelyn, and little Gunnar, who is now 22 months old. With Joy hinting at a potential cap of 4 or 5 kids, it's clear she's being intentional about how she wants to raise her family on her terms. Whether or not Jana meant to throw shade at her mom, one thing is certain. She's carving her own path as a mom, one that emphasizes quality over quantity and intentional parenting over strict tradition. And for fans who've watched the Duggar kids grow up under the microscope of reality TV, that's a big deal. So what do you think? Was Jana subtly calling out Michelle Duggar, or are fans reading too much into it? Finally, we're bringing you shocking new developments from behind bars involving none other than Josh Duggar. Once the golden boy of the Duggar family, Josh's fall from grace has been nothing short of catastrophic. And now, it looks like life in prison is catching up with him in ways he never expected. Reports are coming out that Josh is no longer living the somewhat comfortable life he once had behind bars. His punishment just got a lot harsher. But what exactly did he do? And how is the prison reacting? Let's break it all down. As The Fame has previously reported, Josh Duggar is currently serving a 12.5-year sentence after being convicted of receiving and possessing child sexual abuse material. But if you thought the story ended there, think again. Not long ago, Josh got into even more trouble while already locked up. Authorities at FCI Seagoville discovered that he was in possession of a contraband cell phone, a major rule violation. As a result, his release date was extended by 3 months, pushing it from August 2032 to October 2032. That alone would have been bad enough, but it didn't stop there. For a while, Josh was reportedly enjoying some privileges not often associated with prison life. Sources claimed he was staying in a dorm-style setting with access to washers, dryers, and even microwaves, a setup that many felt was far too lenient for someone convicted of such serious crimes. He was even said to be studying for a degree during his time behind bars. But now, everything seems to be shifting. The Fame has learned that prison conditions at FCI Seagoville have taken a turn for the worse, and inmates, possibly including Josh, are not happy about it. The prison reportedly cracked down on the inmates after an increase in illegal activities involving contraband. Initially, recreational time was banned entirely. This didn't sit well with the prisoners, who began a hunger strike in protest. And while prison officials have tried to downplay the situation by saying that the restrictions were temporary and due to quote, renovations, others close to the inmates tell a very different story. According to sources, even after the recreational time was reinstated, it was reduced to just 1 hour a day. Inmates also lost access to other basic activities, essentially keeping them locked indoors for the majority of their time. For a low-security prison like Seagoville, these changes are raising eyebrows. So where does Josh Duggar fit into all this? Well, no official word has come from Josh's legal team, family, or any representative about whether he's involved in the hunger strike or how he feels about the tightening restrictions. But given his past behavior, including his recent rule-breaking with the contraband phone, it's not hard to imagine that he may be among the inmates now facing harsher consequences. So what's really going on behind the scenes at FCI Seagoville? Is Josh Duggar finally being treated like the rest of the inmates? Or is this just the beginning of a bigger breakdown behind bars? We want to know what you think. Could Josh be secretly protesting along with other inmates? Or is he keeping a low profile to avoid further trouble? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing your takes. Don't forget to hit the like button if you want more updates on the Duggar and other reality TV drama, and make sure to subscribe to The Fame so you never miss out on the tea. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.